Arjun, India Hike seems to be on a roll. I mean, India Hikes has discovered Buran Ghati, Barwan Valley. Every year there's one great trek to do. So this year seems to be the year of Pin Bhaba Pass. So you've been talking a lot about the dramatic crossover on this trek. I mean, there are lots of treks with crossovers, but you told us that this is especially dramatic. So what makes it so dramatic?
See, there are dramatic crossover treks and they're beautiful ones in our country, but then there are treks like Pin Bhaba, where the dramatic crossover is amplified many times over. On top of the pass, when you stand on this trek, the Pin Bhaba Pass, and when you see a pink valley below, that's when you realize how dramatic the scenery changes can be. And this side is lush green.
That sounds beautiful. So where exactly are you crossing over from?
See, this trek crosses over from the Kinnaur side of Himachal to the Spiti side of Himachal. But this Kinnaur side of Himachal is extremely beautiful. The forests of the Pin Bhaba trek. Now, there are forests on other treks, and then you will get the forests of the Pin Bhaba trek. It's a beautiful coniferous forest. It's not a small forest, it goes on for almost the entire day, and it's undulating through all the way, and then you have the Bhava river cutting through the forest. Now you don't get the rivers cutting through forests, and you don't get tributaries flowing on other sides where you hop, skip and jump over them, and it's the light hardly touches the forest floor, and then it bursts open to this dramatic campsites and the grasslands of Muling. It's absolutely very, very, the trek has every day, it's like a new trek. Now, not many treks in our country, I can predict the scenery on most treks, that, what is it going to be like the next day, but not on this trek. On the Pin Bhaba trek, every day is an independent trek. So it's like doing, it's a 6-day trek, so it's like doing 6 days of independent trek. So it's like that.
You've spoken about the grasslands of this trek also. Can you tell us a little more about that?
This trek, Swati, will remind you of Kashmir. And I know what kind of trouble is happening in Kashmir. So those folks who are going to miss out on Kashmir or wouldn't want to go to Kashmir, Pin Bhaba will answer your the desire to be in Kashmir. This is the only trek which I've come across which is very similar to trekking in Kashmir.
In what terms is it similar?
The scenery, I would say the scenery, the kind of settings that you get is very Kashmiri. Very Kashmiri, though it's in the heart of Himachal, it's very, very Kashmiri. So the grasslands of Kashmir, you'll see it here. The kind of campsites that we get in Kashmir, you'll see it here. And every day is the campsites, first day it's on the grasslands of Muling. The second is on the pastures of Khara. The third day you come across a river delta, and you're right camping on the edge of the river, the delta system at 13,000 feet. So you don't get that elsewhere apart from, say, in Kashmir or even Ladakh. You get that kind of a setting, and it's beautiful. And then the pass crossing itself is very, very dramatic.
So how difficult is the Pin Bhaba trek?
It is a moderate difficult trek, and people must prepare for this trek because the pass crossing is easily a 10 to 11 hour pass crossing. Though it's a 3,000 feet climb on one side and 3,000 feet descent on the other, there's a lot of moraines on the way down when you cross over. And these moraines are chunks of boulders which you have to navigate through, and it's all the way. So you need good fitness to do this. Then the Spiti side, when you have a 16-kilometer walk to the final road head from the last camp, and that does require good fitness to do this because otherwise you will not enjoy this beautiful Spiti that you will see on this trek. So you do need good fitness to do this.
Thank you so much for sharing this. Out of so many treks, if you speak so greatly about the Pin Bhaba trek, I think I have to choose this and go for it next. So thank you so much.